Friends, has this ever happened to you? You are watching a movie, the hero starts crying on screen, and tears start rolling down your cheeks as well. The scene hasn't even fully unfolded, yet you get completely swept away by the narrative, entirely forgetting your real life surroundings. Well, this happens to all of us, friends. But in the 1920s, a German dramatist appeared on the scene. He looked at the theatre of his time and declared, enough. Enough of this constant weeping and dramatic emotional drama. I will not let the audience be emotionally fooled any longer. Do you know what was the name of this German dramatist? That dramatist was Bertolt Brecht, friends, a staunch follower of Marxism. Brecht believed that traditional drama acts like an intoxicant upon the audience, lulling them into a passive state so that they fail to see the actual capitalist exploitation occurring in society. He argued that the purpose of the theatre is not to induce crying but to help the audience understand the class structure of society and force them to think critically. Driven by this ideology, Brecht developed epic theatre. The main weapon of epic theatre was this alienation effect, friends. Let's understand this alienation effect in detail now. The German term used by Bertolt Brecht was Verfremdungseffekt. In English, we have three meanings for this: alienation effect, estrangement effect, distancing effect. While the English word alienation might sound a bit negative to you because it evokes loneliness or depression, Brecht specifically meant a distancing effect that creates an emotional gap between the audience and the stage. Here lies the connection with Marxism. Karl Marx stated that under a capitalist system, workers become alienated from their own labor, meaning they become detached from it. Brecht took this exact concept and reversed it for theatre. He posited that unless the audience maintains an emotional distance from the stage, they cannot objectively analyze societal issues. The roots of this concept can also be traced to Russian formalism, friends, specifically the idea of defamiliarization, making the familiar things strange. The goal was to present the everyday familiar aspects of daily life in an unfamiliar way so that people would start questioning unfair societal rules. Now let us understand this concept through a simple real life example. Traditional drama like soap operas. Imagine watching a television serial where the heroine faces continuous oppression accompanied by serious and sorrowful background music. As a viewer, what happens? You become emotional and start crying. This is traditional theatre, friends. It distracts you from reality, a concept Samuel Taylor Coleridge described as the willing suspension of disbelief in his book Biographia Literaria, where he says while watching a play, we should forget all about the real world. But Bertolt Brecht was quite against this theory, friends. Then what happens in Brechtian epic theatre? Now imagine an intense emotional scene in progress. Just as you are about to burst into tears, the heroine suddenly stops crying, looks directly into camera and starts asking, "You see this? I work 12 hours a day and what do I get in return? Nothing. Because this system favors wealthy owners." What do you think about this? When you are directly questioned like this, or your emotional illusion vanishes in a second, instead of crying, you begin behaving like a Marxist critic, thinking, yes indeed, this social structure is truly unfair. This mechanism, which prevents you from getting swept away by emotions, is precisely what Brecht defined as the alienation effect, friends. Now let's have an eye on key techniques used by Bertolt Brecht. Breaking the fourth wall. Actors speak directly to the audience, immediately shattering the emotion illusion. Exposed stage lights and props. Spotlights and stage equipments are deliberately kept visible to remind the audience that they are watching a constructed play, not reality. And the roles of the players are often exchanged, like the role of Iago is given to Othello and Othello's to Iago. Why does Brecht do this? So that you are not carried away by emotions presented by a particular character. Banners and signs. Before a scene begins, explanatory banners or boards state what is about to happen. By eliminating suspense, the audience mind is activated to analyze how and why rather than what happens next. Where suspense ends, the audience mind becomes activated, friends. Contrasting songs and music. In the middle of violent and emotionally charged scenes, Brecht inserted songs or music with completely opposite unbeat moods to disrupt emotional alignment. We can see this technique in modern cinema as well. Consider brutal action sequence where a high stakes violent fight takes place on screen, but instead of a dark or tense background music, an unbeat retro track plays. For instance, Ramba Ho playing during a violent scene. Hearing a cheerful song while witnessing violence prevents your brain from sinking emotionally with the brutality. You step back mentally and begin viewing the scene objectively. Brecht was implementing this type of technique in his stage plays over a century ago, friends. Brecht's ultimate vision reflects his core Marxist philosophy. Theatre is not a relaxing spa meant for comfort or passive emotional release. It is a practical workshop designed to inspire societal change. With this, we wrap up today's lecture on alienation effect. We'll explore another literary term in the next session, friends. Thank you very much.